Hey there, it's John from Heroes and Legends, and today is the first day of official Modern Masters 2015 spoilers, and we have 14 cards that have now been confirmed to look at. I spoiled a couple of them already here on the main page, but let's just jump in and take a look at all the information that's come out this morning. First off, let's take a look at the packaging. Now, we have seen this here and there in some photos of the packaging, but this was kind of a nice display photo. And this will be the first time that we see Magic the Gathering packs in the cardboard instead of the foil. And they look pretty interesting. There's a video Wizards of the Coast put out a few days back where they tore open the back of the pack to let you see how it works. And some people are concerned that these packs might be easily crushed being cardboard as opposed to foil. But honestly, I don't know if it's going to be much different than the foil. The foil's not super durable. The only question I have is if they're not stored in a good location, would the cardboard have a tendency to warp more so than the cards within the foil? I don't know. It's just a question. But anyway, that's what it looks like. The packs do look nice, and I do applaud them for trying to be environmentally conscious and do something a little bit different. So, next card I wanted to show. This is not a new spoiled card, but one that has previously been spoiled. But this is the first time we're actually seeing it as a Modern Masters card. So I wanted to get that out there for you. And it's Etched Champion. It's, of course, going to go along with the Metalcraft theme that we'll be seeing in Modern Masters 2015. Now, let's get on to the new stuff. And the first one, big one here, Daybreak Coronet, very expensive modern card. It's fantastic in the hexproof decks. Just really awesome card. And you can see some play in Commander as well and other formats. It can be a fun casual card. So it's really cool to see a reprint of this. This is the first time we're seeing it in the non-Future Sight frame. And they have some really nice Ajani artwork, which is also the background. If you want to take a closer look at it, it looks really cool. So I'm very happy to see that. Next is Marin Crusader. This photo we got was actually spoiled from a Japanese website, so we have the Japanese version, and then on the right is the older version, just so you can read it over in English and remember what he does if you forgot. So another very strong rare for the set, and real nice reprint. Now we move on to black, and we have Bloodthorn Vampire. And you'll notice as we go forward, it appears there's going to be a vampire theme or sub-theme for limited. And I don't know, that's kind of cool, I guess. A vampire theme can be good. I'm maybe a little soured to it because they did a vampire theme in the last Legacy or Cube on Magic Online, and it wasn't very good. Obviously, this is something very different, and playing this in a limited product as opposed to a very powerful cube, I'm sure it's going to be much better. But yeah, this theme looks like will be here, and that's a very key card to the vampire theme. Dismember coming back, and that's good. This is an uncommon that's very expensive for an uncommon and sees a lot of play in modern. Just a premium removal spell, and it's also nice to see more Pyrexia mana cards being reprinted. So I have a feeling we'll see more of that as we go forward, and there will be a Pyrexia mana theme as well that you can play with in limited, even if it is a sub theme. Endrick Sire Master Breeder. And this is a rare. This one is maybe not quite as exciting, but it's a cool limited card, and I'm sure that's why it's in there for limited purposes. But this was originally from Time Spiral and kind of riffs off Breeding Pit a little bit, so it's kind of a fun card, and it is at the rare slot. Vampire Lacerator, and here's another vampire to go with the vampire theme. So he's a 2/2 for 1 black, so he's pretty strong. Obviously has a drawback there, but a very good card for an aggressive vampire deck in limited. Goblin Fireslinger, and another real aggressive card, and I don't know if there's going to be a Goblin theme or maybe a Warrior theme. I have a feeling this isn't just there to be there, so I'm assuming there's going to be a build-around theme here that we're going to see more of as we go forward. Magma has been spoiled in the rare slot. It's another pretty decent limited card. Definitely going to be fun in the limited environment. And I noticed this is also a pinger, so maybe it's a pinger theme of some kind, which is pretty interesting and can be pretty powerful if you are able to draft a lot of things that can deal 1 damage, like the Magma and the previous cards. So it could be fun and limited. Stormblood Berserker, and here's Bloodthirst showing up now. And Bloodthirst is one of my favorite mechanics. I've always liked it, and it made a return in believe it was Magic 2011. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I really enjoyed playing with it in the limited environment there. It's a great limited a good limited card mechanic, and it can also sometimes tie in with the vampires, which even though this is not a vampire card, I expect to see some bloodthirst vampires as well show up. Noble Hierarch at the rare slot. So very happy this isn't a mythic rare. This is a card that's just gone through the roof, especially recently. Just keeps going higher and higher in value. It's going to be nice to get a lot of these out in the rare position, get them out in the wilds, get them into players' hands, hopefully bring that price down a little bit. I'm sure the price is already being affected by this announcement. So that is good news. It's very good to see the Noble Hierarch come back, and especially not as a mythic. Primeval Titan. So this is an interesting one, and if you remember almost a week ago, there was this quote-unquote leak of what all the cards in the mythic slot were going to be. Primeval Titan was not named as one of those cards. Now, when you add up the cards that were previously confirmed and the cards that this leak added, it was only 13. But we did find out since then that Splinter Twin, which the leak said would be a mythic rare, is going to be a rare. And now we found out that Primeval Titan is going to be a mythic rare, and that was not mentioned in the leak. So as more time goes by, the leak seems to be maybe less and less reliable. And that's good. So we'll see what happens over the next 2 weeks. But I expect that some of that information from the leak is probably not correct. Having said that, awesome to see Primeval Titan. This is a pretty key card in the Velka deck, and another card that's just going to get very, very high. And it's just a really fun limited card, too. If you ever played with this, I remember playing with this in Magic 2011, in Draft, and in Sealed. It's just a house and limited. Just a really fun card. Glad to see it's being reprinted. Next, as we go into artifacts, we have Cranial Plating, another uncommon that's seen some value increase. Pretty much one of the few cards that survived the test of time from the really old kind of Arcbound Ravager decks that we used to see in the old Standard and the old Extended. And as that kind of morphed into more like robots, this is one of the cards that has stuck around and has continued to see value and has just continued to be awesome. So it's really nice to see this, and it's printed at the uncommon level. Mox Opal. So this was one that was spoiled in the leak. Now it's finally confirmed. Although, just to talk about the leak again briefly, I think anyone could have called this one. I was almost 100% sure we're going to see Mox Opal at the Mythic slot in the set, and here it is. There's definitely, and we have a few more cards to look at, of course, but there's definitely a Metalcraft theme here, and I think Metalcraft is going to be really fun in Draft, really fun in Limited, and cards like this get to be reprinted for Modern, and hopefully get more copies out there. And before we talk about the last card quickly, I just want to say this is a great time to subscribe to the channel. We'll be doing spoilers every day that spoilers come out, and I'm assuming we're going to see some new spoilers coming out for the next 2 weeks. So expect a video every day that we have new information to share, and stay on top of Modern Masters 2015 spoilers. Having said that, let's look at Rusted Relic, another great Metalcraft addition to the set. Costs 4. If you have Metalcraft, he's a 5/5 creature. Really strong, especially in Limited. Just a great limited card to have and draft around. So, with that, those are our 14 spoiled cards for today. I'm sure there'll be more coming out later tonight. If there's an abundance of them, I'll make another video, but I think we probably got the majority of them for today. If there's 1 or 2 off, so I'll just include them in tomorrow's video tomorrow afternoon. But please remember to like and subscribe. As always, have a great day.